Okay, now we're going live. So I'll start off by introducing the jury. Let me see that everybody is here. Okay, some people are still missing. So first of all, we have a special guest who will be interviewing later on, and that's Christian Rosner. He's a partner at both Speedinvest and I5 Invest. Hi, Christian. Can you give us a quick hand wave? Great. Next, we also have Martin Reimer, who is not with us yet, but we'll have him give a shout out later. And he is a guest from Medical Valley Solutions, which is a company focused on giving medtech companies access to international markets. Next, we have an entrepreneur expert in the room who's not too far away from Medical Valley in the Würzburg area, Stefan Dietrich. If you can give us a quick wave. And Stefan is focused on innovations that support the environment, and he's currently working on scaling up the cargo bicycle business to keep our planet healthy. Next, we have another experienced advisor in the room, CEO of Austrian consultancy M27, Javier Kalbet-Stoffe. Javier, can you give a quick wave? Great. And then last but not least, we will have in the jury soon Andreas Reintaler, the CEO of Greca. So now we will turn to the companies, and we are going to start by presenting you all in alphabetical order. So the first up would be Photokite. And for that, I will start with Christopher McCall. Let me get you up on the screen. Can you hear us all right? And are you able to share your audio? We don't hear you yet.
There we go. How about now?
Perfect.
Nice. Very cool. Let me pull up the slideshow.
Okay, great.
Now, can everyone see this okay? Cool. Okay, I'll go ahead and begin. So hello, everyone. I'm Chris McCall, Chief Corporate Development Officer of Photokite. We're a 60-person team based out of Zurich, Switzerland. We're an ETH Zurich spin-off company, and we're mostly comprised of autonomous vehicle and aero robotics experts. What we work on is a box that ultimately gets built up on top of fire trucks and public safety vehicles, so that when a firefighter or public safety team member shows up to an emergency scene, they simply push a single button and we autonomously launch something that looks like a tethered drone. Now, that tethered drone flies 100% by itself, and it provides thermal and regular video down to the firefighters on the ground to help them make decisions based off of new sets of information available to them. This includes where to deploy resources, where it's safe to respond, where it's unsafe to respond. And the key thing that we deliver to them really is that information to be able to be making data-informed decisions at an emergency scene. Now, this doesn't only apply to fires, it applies to everyday incidents like automobile accidents, like search and rescue missions. And in fact, photokites are already being used on a daily basis across Europe and North America by firefighters and public safety teams precisely for these types of missions. The really key aspect of our technology is that we enable this information from above, this bird's eye view, 100% autonomously. There's not a single moment of piloting that happens whenever the system is actually in operation. The customer simply pushes a single button and up it goes. And so from up there, you get all sorts of new perspectives and new information to respond to your scenes in a more data-informed way. what we're working on, because it's so autonomous, we're working on making this new type of information 100% scalable in the public safety space. And so that's where we really kind of break in and disrupt the market, is by making something so simple to use and so reliable in its use that you're going to be able to get information from every single response scene. And so customers like this fire department here, they're getting that information with a single button press. They get perspectives like this, plus the thermal slicing, whether it's in urban or rural environments. A little bit more about the product itself.
Sorry, I have to interrupt. Are you sharing your slides? Because
I am.
they're actually
Is
not
it
popping up.
not coming through?
No, sorry. Could
Uh-oh.
you try one more time?
Yeah, sure.
You click the share screen access. Perfect. Let me know.
Cool. Is that coming through?
No, let me just check. So sorry.
It's okay.
Um,
On my laptop, it says StreamYard is sharing a window.
oh, interesting. I'm gonna go to the chat and see if anybody else can see them. I will take myself from the screen. You should be able. No, sorry, you cannot see them. Okay, give me just 1 second. Okay, let me see what I can do here. Okay, so I will let you keep talking and just continue sharing. And in the meantime, in the background, I will figure out the technicalities.
Okay, got it. Well, I'll just use a lot of hand gestures for now. And everyone else, just imagine the most mind-blowing video and screens you ever saw, right?
And also, the jury has access to the slides, so no
Great.
worries.
Yeah, so basically what our system comprises of is this surface mount system that goes up on top of fire trucks and public safety teams. It consists of an actual drone element itself, a tether, and a ground station. Inside of every single one of those ground stations, we have remote connectivity through LTE modems, through local Wi-Fi networks, so that we're able to really share that information to every firefighter around on the scene. One of the things that we've done really, really uniquely compared to a lot of folks in the drone space is really develop on the ability to create that information and deliver it. Again, without visuals, it's a little bit tough to imagine, but it's basically a thermal overlay and a regular video RGB view of what's going on at a scene. Now, it's not only about delivering that information to a single firefighter or a single public safety team member, it's also a matter of live streaming that information. So we enable that again with just a single push of a button, so that a firefighter can share that live aerial information with firefighters all around the scene, as well as back at their firehouse or with an external expert on hazardous materials halfway around the world, right? And so this is really starting to unlock the ability to share live aerial information from these mission critical types of response scenes with a single push of a button at a scalable amount. So we not only offer this kind of hardware type of installation on top of public safety team vehicles, but also this information sharing, also this live streaming, as well as additional software as a service add-ons like coordination toolboxes, digital scene reconstruction, third-party integrations as well, which have just started to roll out. Some of our investment highlights come down to really timing and what we've accomplished fairly recently. One of them is regulation advantages. In some major markets, we've actually become the only provider of aerial systems that have been approved by or approved for use by public safety teams without the need for any pilot training. This is very, very different and a big, big barrier to entry for lots of these customers who are looking to try to get access to drone technologies, we are the only system that those public safety team members don't need to become trained drone pilots to access that aerial information. The reason why is because we're 100% autonomous. They just push a button and they never actually pilot their systems at all. When they see their screen and they want to look at something else, they just double tap on another object and the camera snaps and centers to that object 100% by itself. Another one is the partnerships that we've developed. We've developed exclusive partnerships with absolute market-leading technology partners, multi-billion-dollar companies in the public safety technology space like MSA Safety and Axon Enterprise, both listed companies. Our product itself has reached a maturity level where we're now at scalable product manufacturing readiness. So we've set up a contract manufacturer for this scalable production readiness, and we're able to basically just scale up or scale down systems as customer demand requires. And finally, I think something that's really, really important for us has been hitting a product market fit reached in both our product itself that's been delivered as well as the services. So we've seen an absolute ramp up in customer use across both European public safety teams and North American teams. And this includes both the use of the actual system itself, as well as the services like remote video streaming, like I mentioned earlier, which just recently launched actually in Q4 of last year. So we're seeing this really exciting uptick, and that's what's really motivating for us to keep delivering that type of impact to these public safety teams. A little bit about the market opportunity. Where we are right now with our product is we deliver one photokite solution approximately per fire or police station. In North America and Europe, which are our focus territories, this results in approximately a $3.8 billion total addressable market. Where we're working from that product, though, is delivering one solution, one photokite solution per emergency vehicle. It's not just about that hardware product that's delivered on the vehicle. It's about the ability for that entire team and every vehicle as a data hub to be able to access that information to make decisions based off of that new slice of information available to them. This results in a slightly significantly higher total addressable market because you go from one station to one vehicle per station. And these vehicles really are many per station. It results in about a 12.5 billion total addressable market. And then we build it out based off of our venture capital scaling from there to include other commercial teams, Department of Transportations, things like this that are already starting to adapt the technology. To wrap things up, I'd love to talk a little bit about financing. So far, we've actually recently closed a Series B financing round, and we're in the process of putting together a second closing of that financing. So far, our lead investors for our Series B have been MSA Safety and Swiss Canto Invest. In total, we've raised about 21 million Swiss francs, and we're looking for another 5 closing by the end of April. And we're really getting out there to expand our software tools, our plugin services offerings, and build up kind of this increasing aspect of our revenue slice, which is ARR. So when we are expanding our products into these markets and really supplying these added services to those customers, we see this really exciting kind of recurring aspect of our revenue from those services like the remote video streaming and custom integrations. So thanks a lot for the time. Apologies that you guys couldn't see any of the visuals. I promise that they were awesome, and hope that everyone enjoyed.
We got the last few minutes of it, so thank you so much for your presentation, Chris.
Sure.
I'm going to invite the jury onto the floor now to ask you some questions. We have about 2 minutes for questions now, so I will add them up here. Give me 1 minute. And you can go ahead and open your mics and ask away.
Hi, do you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay, so hi, my name is Andreas Reintaler. I'm currently in Madrid. and I missed the part where you were referring about your market traction, which you have already.
Yep. So far, we've delivered a number of systems across Europe and the US. In total, our company has generated approximately 7 million in revenue, and growing, right? So last quarter was our most, I think, record-breaking quarter yet. Yeah, I mean, for us, it's all about scaling these systems into these markets as quickly as we can. So going from hundreds of units to thousands of units as quickly as we possibly can.
What is the cost of each unit?
Each unit sells approximately on the market for around 25K. And that's everything, including from the hardware system itself to services that go on year by year. There's another model actually that we recently launched alongside market-leading partner Axon Enterprise. This is the hardware as a service model, where actually Photokite retains ownership of all of the hardware itself, but delivers the system as a service over the course of 3 and 5 year contracts. And the internal rate of return on those is quite attractive, while the customer also gets to benefit from the lower capex and the lower expenditure upfront to get access to that technology.
And the clients are public institutions, so firemen and police. Do they need to make a public, how do you say,
A
a
public
public tender
or
for your? Do you need to participate in tenders to sell, or?
It really depends quite a bit on the actual department themselves. But we've had a large range of customers either buy direct without tender or also go through sole source tenders. I think one of the big benefits that we have is we're a very, very unique technology. As a result, there aren't really any competing technologies that are directly in line with the specifications and the capabilities that we have. And so that makes it very easy for these customers to pick up our technology.
Hello, Christian Rosner. What is the training effort for someone who steers this station or uses this station?
Yeah, less than 15 minutes. We've actually shown up to fire departments on one of our very first deployments. In fact, we showed an entire shift of firefighters how to use the system within about 15 minutes. And we came back the next morning and saw that shift of firefighters were training the next shift of firefighters within that one day of use, right? And so it really is all leveraging this aspect of simplicity of use and total autonomy.
Did I understand you right? You already have a revenue of 7 million euro?
7 million Swiss francs.
Swiss francs, okay.
Yeah. So just a little bit less.
Okay. Oh, great.
Okay, so thank you so much, Chris. We're gonna have to move on, and actually, we're going to instead of implant data, we're gonna switch the order and go on to Imsinne. So, Jonathan, if you don't mind presenting, I will put you on the floor now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Can you hear me okay, Evie? You can't hear me? I can't hear you.
I'm muted.
Okay.
That's the problem. We can hear you perfectly. Can we just check if your screen?
Yeah, I'll try it. I'll try it. Just a minute.
Let me know.
Okay, it should be working now.
Okay, just give us.
Doesn't seem to be working again.
Okay, so I'm going to. No.
Yeah, now.
Okay, perfect. Great. I will let you go ahead and present.
Okay, thank you. My name is Jonathan Pidwell. I'm co-owner with Tobias Greising, who's in the background at the moment of Imsinne, Products of Purpose. We are both industrial designers and have a background, collective experience of 59 years in this industry. And we basically design and deliver products that support mobility and communication within the working and learning environments. And we're aiming to create agile hybrid environments with analog and digital technology. What we're looking for and what we need in this is investment to support our growth and development of sales and marketing. We're both designers, and therefore, as two people, we're lacking in these areas and need that push and that experience to move us forward more quickly. Where's the pain in our market? Basically, fixed infrastructure, and that can be whiteboards, digital or analog. It can be desks, furniture. And in this world, new agile world that we live in, everything that's fixed in place and not movable or an old style doesn't seem to fit anymore, and it doesn't allow flexibility. So complexity in our work environment, which is becoming ever more complex, restricts communication and creativity. And those are the two things we really need to move forward as in the world, in company and business. And working in home office or the flexible working in teams creates complexity where actually simplicity is required. And that's our aim, to provide simplicity. And we want to throw away the old traditions and produce new products, new furniture, new seating based on analog and digital technologies to help prevent stagnation in the workplace. We've based our solutions around these three words: anytime, anyhow, anywhere. It's not about the area you have, the room you have. We want to provide products, or we do provide products, which create agile, flexible workplaces and learning environments. They combine hybrid technologies. They're intelligent. They work for people of young and old age together, and also support people with disabilities. There's a little video of a product, some of our products that we do, and how the space doesn't matter. It's the products that matter, and how they can be brought into a space, set up in no time at all, and you can get creative and working. This is an example in an educational area. And why we're doing it? We're doing it for two things: communication, which is the key to success in education and business, everything, and good health. Being mobile means people are moving, children are moving. It means you're being more healthy. And this actually, even day-to-day basis, being mobile, being active helps increase productivity and feeds creativity. Some examples of our products being used in workshops in Austria last year. So we have three main products, two of which are finished and on the market, and the other ones is in prototype development. The first one is the Idiom Grid family of products, and for English that's Idea Board. And basically it's the world's only family of products that combine digital and analog communication as far as whiteboards and digital whiteboards in one family. And the boards, as you can see, go from small to large. I can show you some in real life once I've finished the presentation. And on the left-hand side, you see our mobile storage units with integrated mobile power and screens. The second aspect of our company is working with our technology partners. We're an authorized Huawei dealer, and we design and develop products to attach to their products to make them more mobile and more agile. As you can see in this picture on the right-hand side, it's incorporating our multi-rack and with a mobile power solution, meaning you can actively use this board anywhere you want within an environment and never have to search again for another cable to plug it in to power it up. The third product, which is currently in prototyping with our US partner, is an active seating product for agile environments. And this product basically supports everything else we do and creates a holistic concept which we can then sell to the customers. I can't tell you too much because it's still going through the patent process, but basically it's a product, a seat, which is one material, one piece, 100% recyclable, while still providing 3 different seating heights, 2 active seating positions. And you can use it as a seat, a stackable table, or a lectern, and the list basically goes on. Our markets are quite large and wide. Part of our future is deciding where our core market is, and then how we can also service the other markets without expending too much energy. But basically, our main markets are education and business environments. And this is going to be particularly interesting in the post-COVID business environment, as those environments are going to change very quickly. And basically, we know that how we live and learn and work is shifting, and that knowledge is, why it's a knowledge-based economy, is very important. It's not as important as communication and agility within the workplace. We have also 3 other product families that we're working on, which will be coming up in the coming months and years. One of them is an AI-based analog communication in a digital environment. This is the idea to help people communicate using sketching in an analog way, but in a digital environment. The second is creating the world's first truly mobile digital screens based on existing and emerging technologies. And the third one is a seating that redefines seating as we know it. We founded the company in 2020 in the middle of the year. We managed to have a turnover of 200,000 euros last year. This year, if we stay how we are with just 2 people, we'll be looking at about 400,000, but we could easily up that to close to €1 million if we focus on our marketing and sales. And then in 2023, we see it quite reasonable to expect about 1.6 million euros turnover. To date, we've sold in the last 2 months 45,000 euros of our mobile battery solution, which we are just a dealer for, but it fits perfectly into our other technologies and designs that we have. Our product sales network in the North America, we have a license partner for some of our products. This is KI. They have a turnover of about $700 million, and they've licensed our product and will be manufacturing and selling it, or they're just launching it at the moment in Canada, the US, and Mexico. And we see them as a possibility for other products that we have that they can also license them and sell them. We have dealers across Europe, and we also sell directly in Germany. Our products that we design are manufactured in Germany and made with European materials. And our technology partners are Huawei, also EcoFlow, and OE Electrics. We're just at the beginning of this journey. We're 2 people, and that's why we're looking at expanding and having help with that expansion in sales and marketing. We've already created this range of products here, which are available on the market today, and the journey begins now. I'll just stop my sharing now, and I can quickly show you, just a minute. Is that right? Yeah. Quickly show you the products live. The room's a bit small while I'm just renovating my offices at the moment, but as you can see here, I've got this beautiful board from Huawei. I can present, I can communicate, I can do video conferencing with this, and with our solutions, we don't have to look for a plug anymore. We've got power for the entire day. We can add other Wi-Fi hotspots and other technology onto here, and basically just create very flexible work environments, perfect for the school, or the school business environment. And here's an example of our whiteboards. They're unique in the way that they're extremely robust while being extremely light. They are perfect for integration, perfect for disabled people who can, sitting in a wheelchair, can still communicate on the same level as everyone else in the office. They're all acoustically functional, and you can mostly even move the largest boards around like this. They can be hung on the wall. I can carry 2 or 4 of them at one time and carry it around the office. On the back side, you see they're made of recycled polyethylene felt, and through that we can use them as a pin board, or we can even use the smallest boards we've got here and just present how we want here. And in a way, in a digital world, sometimes you'll find that analog is very easy, and even sharing information on in a digital environment, I can work very effectively when I just work analog in a digital environment. So our aim is basically to improve communication through the combination of digital and analog technologies. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So now I will add the jury onto the screen to ask you some questions.
Yep.
I would start if anybody else is still. Thanks for the presentation. I missed some numbers, or you didn't tell them. First of all, you told only about your turnover. What's about your EBIT? So do you make money with it?
Well, the first year we lost a little bit of money, but we made about 15% EBIT last year.
Okay.
We could have paid ourselves a little bit more than we did, but we're not losing money on it.
The second question: what is your total addressable market at the moment?
The total addressable market. Well, if I base it on the amount of customers just in the educational area, in Europe there's about 130,000 schools.
Okay.
In North America there's about 150,000 schools, and each one of those customers could take between, depending on the size of the order and the size of the school, between 1,000 and 100,000 euros worth of product.
Okay.
So the market's large enough. The main problem, the main challenge is to be wide and spread wide enough to get enough of that market.
Okay. And my last question: do you actually searching for an invest, and if yes, how much?
Well, we are searching for invest, and we would, to kick us off, we would be looking for about €500,000 to basically support employing a sales and marketing team, so we can let them do the sales and marketing, and we can work on developing the products in the background, as expanding our opportunities.
Okay, thank you.
Pleasure.
From where are you operating?
We're operating from Germany. I'm in the south of Germany, in Freiburg. Tobias is near from Würzburg. Yeah.
Great. So if that's all the questions, we are going to move on now to KTW Technology.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Where's this echo coming from now?
Hi, Wolfgang. Can you hear us? Are you all good? I cannot hear your audio.
Yeah, I
Okay,
was
great.
mute, so I tried to share my presentation.
Okay, great. Let me just check that it's popping up. Sometimes it takes a minute, as we saw earlier. Just give me a heads up when it's running.
Takes some time, it seems.
Yeah. Okay, well, I see it. I will let you start speaking, and I'm sure it'll pop up any minute now.
Okay.
You can go ahead. You can start introducing yourself, and
Okay.
probably
Maybe
load
let's
it.
see. Yeah, hello. My name is Wolf, and I'm the CEO and the founder of KTW Technology. I would like to start today with a statement. It seems that most impact investors believe that only software is able to solve problems like climate change and waste of resources. And my mission today is to convince you that this thinking is wrong. We start 4 years ago with the ownership of, sorry, I tried to see the presentation. Sorry. We start 4 years ago with the ownership of various space technologies and one idea. The idea was to create a double impact on Earth with space technology. And so on, we create our vision, which is a space tech for planet Earth. Based on the space tech, we develop disruptive solutions that ensure more sustainability and increase of efficiency for industry, mobility, and agriculture. The reason why is because they have a significant share of energy consumption, emissions, and waste of resources. And we believe that companies will only be successful in future if sustainability is at the top of their agenda. As an additional motivation for our products, we create a double impact for our customers. Our solutions, which we have, are so diverse that I will show you only a selection today. And let's talk about the challenges of the beverage industry as an example. Omnipresent in the beverage industry is compressed air. It is used for drying, for cleaning, for sorting out. And compressed air means high energy cost and high emissions. The next topic in the beverage industry is water wastage and a high demand of chemicals. 1 liter of drink consumes 2 to 4 liters of water. But you must compare that with the issue that 2 billion people in the world don't have a daily access to drinking water. And a really profit dilemma in the beverage industry is the effect filling time of 45%. The lines which used for filling are designed for mass production, but the market development is completely different. It is going more to an increasing product portfolio and small batch sizes. There are examples of issues which we address, and we offer our customers a complete solution based on this valve, which is space technology. This valve was developed for the Rosetta space mission and is completely different in design as common valves. It combines features that other valves cannot offer in combination or in the variation. Let's move to the compressed air, which is a very inefficient energy source because the labor price for compressed air is 8 to 10 times higher than for electricity. And we have designed a system called Airflow Saver, which counterparts the problem of inefficient compressed air. Our system blows only when air is needed, and that in real time. The effect which we have, because we install the system, what you see on the right at the point of use, is that we have savings up to 95% in compressed air. And in addition, we increase the efficiency of compressed air up to 25%. The potentials are huge of our systems in saving energy cost and emissions. And this all by a return of invest, which is less than 1 year. The issue of water wasting and poor efficiency in utilization in the beverage industry, we solve with our high-speed precision dosing system. What we are doing there, we fill flavors in microseconds into containers before or after the filling process and separate them from the normal filler. The effects of this system, which we have, is an increasing degree of utilization and flexibility. We avoid completely aroma carryover, and we enable the fillers to expand their product portfolio and to save additional investments, to reduce additional investments. And in addition, what I told before, we are able to reduce the waste of water, for example, by 50% and the energy consumption. In addition, this system is a key for a future system which is called filling on demand. What we will see here is that more and more fillers will go over in an individualization of the beverages. And with this system, you are able to do that. All these advantages, which are described here, are able to sum up in a 6 to 7 digit amount per plant every year. I want to show you 2 more of our projects, which I want to briefly introduce. We are proud that we can announce that we are developing with our valve technology a hydrogen injection systems for stationary engines in CHPs for the company 2G Energy. And we have found some promising results in reducing NOx and CO2 emissions by water injection in diesel engines. And this is an existing technology which we can't stop over the next years and will be beside other new ways of mobility, because we have in the world over 2 billion diesel engines which are driving on the roads, and we must find solutions to make them more clean. Yeah, until now, what have we achieved? In addition to important cooperations we are really proud that we found very well-known customers like Continental, like Heineken, like Procter & Gamble, and so on, which are buying our solutions. And this traction allows us to convince that our blue ocean strategy will be successful. We are not orientated on competitors. We only develop products where we are the enabler, the number one, and we generate a new demand without direct competition. And the fact that we are on the move with very innovative solutions in really billion-dollar markets which are also fast growing, makes this very exciting for us. For example, our fast dosing system has a potential of over $1 billion in sales. And there is no comparable competitor product actually on the market. Yeah, we have prepared a conservative plan for this with high margins. but with appropriate growth capital, it will certainly be possible to achieve much higher sales and profits in the future. Actually, we have a sales pipeline of around 1 million. Yeah, in the short time.
So sorry to interrupt. We just have to wrap up, but yeah, you have a few more seconds. Thank you.
Okay, in the short time available, I've only been able to show a selection what makes us special. The implementation is carried out by a very professional team of managers. And my final statement is, investors, it's not a time playing climate theater. And I would also like to thank you on behalf of my colleagues and looking forward for your questions. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. So now I'll invite the jury on stage.
May I ask you? Yeah. To understand it right, your focus, your product focus is fully on this valve in several applications where you are part of a total system. So your product is mainly sold via indirect channels, via system integrators, machine builders, or whatever.
Yes, the valve technology is only the basic technology which we use, and we develop all of them complete systems, like the beverage filling system or airflow saver. So we have both sides of customers. We have the end customer, for example, the filler, but also we have the customer like Rosner AG, which buy our filling devices to install them in their systems and sell it over to the end customers.
Yeah, but you are not addressing the end customers.
Sure. We are addressing the end customers.
Okay.
We are addressing the fillers and the users of compressed air, that are our main customers, but we are also addressing the machine engineers and use them too in our sales process.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question.
Yes, you mentioned you use space technology. How do you get access to that technology, or is it something you have developed before?
Because two of our engineers of our teams are space engineers, which has worked for the German Aerospace Center and developed this technology.
And this is patented, or do you have free access to it, or is this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Great, thank you so much, Wolfgang.
One final question: what is the average pricing of your product?
The average pricing for a filling system is 100,000. And we save our customers up to 1 million per device.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Per year.
Per year, is that confirmed? Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I'm so sorry to rush, but we're going to have to move on. We're going to move on with implant data. So I will invite Max to the stage. Just give me a minute to switch the screens.
Hello, Evie, you can hear me, right?
Hi, Max. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, finally.
All set up. Okay, good to go whenever.
Okay, so, and you can see my slide deck, right?
Yes.
All right.
But it's not in full screen. We see.
Yeah, it will be here.
Okay, great.
Okay, here we go. Hi everyone. My name is Max Ostermeier, and I'm the CEO and founder of Implantata. We are an ophthalmic digital health company which is leading the digital transformation in glaucoma care. And we are going to improve the life of millions of glaucoma patients by introducing our breakthrough IMID solution for remote disease care. As you may know, glaucoma is a progressive chronic age-related eye disease where increased eye pressure leads to non-restorable damage of the optic nerve and permanent loss of eyesight. There is a wealth of treatment options to lower eye pressure, but still many patients are losing eyesight due to uncontrolled glaucoma. And the reason for that is that today glaucoma management is ineffective in many cases because it is eye center based only. Typically, there is no understanding about the disease status and therapy effectiveness in between office visits. Why, in many cases, ineffective therapies result in uncontrolled glaucoma, leading to permanent loss of eyesight. So we are going to change this with our breakthrough IMID system. It is a combination of proprietary minimally invasive biosensors and wearable devices for remote disease monitoring and an AI-assisted big data system for health data analytics, therapy guidance, and telemedicine disease management. The IMID system is enabling eye doctors to considerably improve therapy effectiveness and also to ensure preservation of eyesight at patients and quality of life of patients, and to help payers to reduce treatment costs considerably. With our first of its kind product, we do have a strong first market mover advantage. We have obtained CE marking, allowing us to commercialize the product in Europe and many other countries in the world. And the FDA awarded us with breakthrough device designation for fast track approval. So CE mark demonstrates that our products are safe and effective, and due to the important medical need in the US, also the FDA wants our product in the US market as soon as possible. Means that there is minimal regulatory risk to obtain market authorization also for the US. Being years ahead of competition, we have extensive patent protection with more than 15 international patents, and also build up a strong economic moat by being first to market. The solution has been externally validated, and compelling safety and efficacy data has been extensively published by leading ophthalmologists in very prestigious ophthalmic journals. So in regard to go-to-market strategy, we focus on the global opportunities in glaucoma management. And we will do a first launch in Europe this year, followed by 2024 in the US. And as outlined earlier, the total addressable market for our solution exceeds 6 billion for the US and Europe only. For the Asian markets like China and Japan, we are right now already in discussions with potential strategic partners, which are showing very strong interest to commercialize our products there. There are, in regard of reimbursement, already very attractive codes in place, which is providing a strong incentive to eye doctors to use our system on a continuous basis and ensuring sustainable recurring revenues to the company. This allows us to build up sales quickly with several hundreds of millions annual sales reachable within 5 years at very attractive margins. So in regards to team, our team includes healthcare experts only with comprehensive international expertise in clinical, regulatory, and market access. Myself, I have already accomplished 3 successful exits prior to Implantata, including 2 medical device startups. One has been sold to J&J and another one to another US-based company at very high multiples. So far, the company has been able to raise 20 million from well-known and prestigious European investors, a corporate venture, and also several leading eye care specialists, which is further validating the medical need, but also the business case for our product. At the moment, we are raising a 20 million Series D, of which 12 million are already secured. Lead investor is going to be Noshak, which is a veteran investor with extensive biotech and medtech experience. Another 8 million is still available for subscription to other investors. So if you do have a strong passion for disruptive data-driven health tech solutions for better patient care, please contact us. So these funds will allow us to reach important inflection points and to accomplish several pivotal operational milestones, helping us to establish Implantata as the next unicorn in the eye care industry. So there is a strong track record of very attractive exits in ophthalmology, especially in the glaucoma space, either via trade sale or an IPO. And we are firmly convinced that Implantada will be in such a position in the next 3 to 4 years as well, offering an outstanding return to our investors. So we are ready to transform the management of glaucoma patients. And we would love to get in contact with passionate tech investors supporting us to disrupt glaucoma care and helping patients to preserve their eyesight. Thank you very much for your kind attention. And I'm looking forward to your questions.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your presentation. Very to the point. I'm going to invite the jury up on the stage now to ask you some questions.
May I ask?
Yeah, about 10 minutes for questions.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, first question, Christian Rosner, hello. How are you going to sell the products? Is this via pharmacy shops or via optical shops, or what is the distribution channel of the product? And what is the effort to customize it to the individual person?
Actually, coming back to your first question, our customers are the eye care centers, so eye clinics, surgical eye centers, which are managing glaucoma patients. So our customers are not the patients, our customers are not the opticians. It's really the eye clinics, kind of managing glaucoma patients. So our devices or our system is prescribed to glaucoma patients by this eye clinics. And the second question was if it needs to be kind of individualized. No, it's really a technology platform. It's really a solution which is applicable for any glaucoma patient. So there is no need for kind of customizing to the special need of a patient.
Okay, good.
Andreas Reintaler, what type of revenues are expecting this year?
So actually, we are launching this year. We have obtained CE marking under the MDR just recently, and so we are going to launch this year. So I think in this year it will be somewhere below 1 million. So we are going to need to close that funding round first to kind of really get going with the first commercialization.
And what's the average pricing to the optical clinics?
Actually, we have two components. We have on the one hand the enabling devices, which are sold, and these are sold at around 800 to 1,000 euros a unit. And then there will be also a data subscription fee. And with that, we will have an annual recurring revenues between 300 to 400 euros per patient per year. So it's really helping us to establish a sustainable business because, as said, glaucoma patients it's a chronic disease. They need to be managed for the rest of their life. And so that kind of really ensures that sustainable long-term revenues for the company as well as for the eye doctors.
Great. Is there any last question?
I have just one last question. Is this prescription only for private?
No, it's for private as well as for yes, yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you so much also for the questions. So next I'll be inviting up Regional Hero. So just give me a minute to switch the floor.
I hope you can hear me.
Hi, Gregor.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm already sharing my screen, so it should be popped up already.
Just loaded. Perfect.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Okay. So, yeah, I can start if you like. Yeah, I'm introduction myself. Hello, I'm Gregor. I'm the co-founder of Regional Hero. I have a background as a manager in the e-commerce logistics, and I was in charge of processing, developing, integration, and implementation. And We are originally Hero, and we are welcome you to the next generation of prepaid money. Let's start with a little story. My grandma had a flower store, and she never accepted card as a payment. And I was always wondering about it because my father had so many. So what's the problem? A little story maybe helps. The first credit card, the Diners Club card, came in the 1950s, and you could pay in New York in 27 restaurants. So credit card starts to grow more and more. But in the 80s came the magnetic stripe, and it became a little bit modern. But the structure has not changed at all to these days. And 40 years old structure cost money. And we all pay this cost, even if we pay now via our smartphones. Merchants paying high transaction cost and for expensive equipment to accept digital payment. And the consumers cannot pay. So they have to go to withdraw money first, and then they can pay. They pay high fees at the ATMs as well. We all know I do at least do it once a week. So what's the solution? When I was working in the field of processing managing, I learned one thing. Every routine or structure is an invitation for disruption. We have developed a code-based payment system that works via our original Hero app, which is based on the SEPA structure of the banks. This system is established and allows significantly more cost-effective payment system where everyone benefits from. The best, it's simple, it's fast, and easy to use. And our app offers so much more, especially for more and more stronger trend for originality. With our app, you can discover the region and collect regional points, for example. And so we have convincing arguments for businesses and for customers to choose us as their favorite payment method. Let's take a look to the market. The stationary retail turnover is a big number, but we are focusing on the cash payment of 178 billion euros because this is the turnover of the SMBs. We also see great potential for the card payment, where the Giro card makes 70% of the market. With our product, we are focusing the metropolitan region. In Germany, we are already in Berlin and in Munich. And this year, we will try to expand in Hamburg, Stuttgart, and the rural area. An also interesting market for us is the prepaid and benefit market, which has a volume of 25 billion euros in Germany. So what's the business? Of course. Our business model is based on a transaction fee. We start with our original city cards. They are closed loop cards, which we have for the benefits market and also to get users. Here, we're taking 6% for all transactions. With our open loop card, we call it AirPay, we are able to offer 20 cents for all transactions above 10 euros. For online commerce, we offer from 10 euros, 20% plus 1% of the transaction value. But have in mind, all transactions under 10 euros are for free. And this is a very attractive pricing for off and online. What's the situation in the market and the competitors? Of course, we have all of the known players that do not give any additional benefits and have high cost because they are based on the old structure. Even Apple and Google Pay have minor benefits for customers. But code-based payment is slowly developing. Twint from Switzerland and Satispay from Italy proves that. But we believe with our simplicity and the on-trend regional approach, we are ahead of the market. Now, of course, you say it's a two-side market. It's always a complicated situation. Yes, of course. But we are prepared. And I will give you a short overview and numbers. This is our forecast for the next 3 years for the transaction value and also the key results that we want to achieve to 2025. I also want to give you a little limp in our user growth strategy and in the region's growth strategy. But as we have a time issue here, I want to invite you for a talk about it after the pitch or in the video call in the next days. What's important to know is we are already in the market. we are really proud of what we achieved so far. 3 key results I want to point it out. We have already more than 1,000 acceptance points, 9,000 app downloads, and more than 28,000 transactions. And with our product, we already won prizes like the Innovation Prize of Berlin-Brandenburg. We have convinced B2B customers like eBay, and we had an amazing article about us in the press. So what's our track record till now, and what we want to do in the next years? Okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I just hear you in the background. I'm so sorry.
To join, but go ahead. You've got some time to wrap it up.
Okay. Also, we developed an okay. So what's our track record to now, and what we want to do in the next years? In Berlin and Munich, we established the city cards, and we want to enter in 3 metropolitan regions this year. Also, we want to develop the open loop payment system. For this, we have all systemic parts and partners at hand to realize the implementation within 2 or 4 months. And with all this, we are ready to go international 2023. Behind all this stands a great team. My partner Pascal worked a long time for PayPal and knows everything about payment. Jana knows how to build and to grow a B2B community. And beyond that, we cover all fields such as legal, business developing, and tech with a real specialist. We are looking for an investment of 250,000 euros for the next steps to prepare everything to show the necessary traction for the Series A invest end of this year or beginning in the next year. We already have a few angel investors, and they support us since the end of the last year. Ralf Piata from Checkout.com, Nico Mach, also a founder, Tom, founder of the Web ID. And also, we have an impressive advisor board with Miriam Wohlfahrt, the founder of RatePay and Banksware, and Christoph Holle, former PayPal general manager. Thank you very much for your time and attention, and I'm looking forward to talk with you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So now I'll invite Jerry up to ask some questions.
Did I understand you right, Gregor? You are looking for how much investment?
250,000. Like
250,000.
Yes.
And how much did you already raise in the first rounds?
125.
Really? So this is nothing.
Yeah. But we actually what we did in the last 1.5 years, we did a lot of bootstrapping. So we put Pascal and me, we put a lot of money in the company, we have to say. So for now, we are really like kind of bootstrapped, and we
more or less. Yeah.
Exactly. We wanted first to really show some track records and to put something that it makes sense for investors.
May I give you a quick recommendation? Don't go after 250,000. It's much more difficult to find than 2 million. So just a quick reflex, and maybe you can be much more aggressive than you plan to be aggressive. But yeah, 250 is okay.
Well, let's talk about it. We are open to talk about it, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Good. In these 2 metropolitan areas, Berlin and Munich, how much revenues did you generate with your business model?
Actually, for now, we have a volume of 1.4 million. Yeah, that's our volume, and so 6% of it.
Okay. And how many people are you? So in the whole team?
10. For now, we are 10 people. Yeah.
You're located in Munich or in Berlin, or?
No. A part of our team is located in Berlin, and 2 people are based in Munich. So like a community manager, and so that's why in every city where we actually enter, we have at least one or 2 people. For now, to make like a community manager, and because this is actually what we learned. If you enter like in a city, either you have your own team, or what we also is doing is talking to local partners. It means like we have a strong connection to the Sparkasse. So actually in every region, also in the metropolitan region, Sparkasse is a huge partner for us. So we did the second. I have to say we did the second place at the hackathon of the Innovation Hub from the Sparkasse. So we are really well connected to the Sparkasse, and they are really like a door opener.
And how do you win your clients? Do you mostly do it online, or are you really knocking doors, or
which
retailers?
No, actually, like you mean our acceptance points?
Yes.
All your services are mainly. You have to address the regional partners, so otherwise all your coins and the benefits are not usable. Yeah.
Exactly. We have actually two approaches to do this. Either there are actually SMB clubs where we talk to them. So there are a lot of SMBs together in this. So we can approach not just one, so then a group of SMBs, and also via media. And they're subscribed actually. A lot of actually just subscribing, because if you're doing like a marketing, and they're subscribing, and the subscription, or actually to accept the card or our payment, it needs actually like half an hour. You register, you're getting back an email, we activate you download the business app, you can accept the payment. It takes actually
Okay, makes sense.
2 hours, and you're online.
Okay.
May I ask a last question?
Yes, of course.
Okay. I think the idea is to replace cash, or am I wrong?
Exactly.
Okay, then the additional questions. I think cash is only a German problem, because it's one of the last countries where the people love their cash and did not want to pay with card. And this is also the problem, because if they love cash, I'm not sure if they want to use another debit card. So how do you see this?
It's actually it's not another debit card what we are proposing. What we are actually doing is you have a virtual IBAN, so you can simply connect it with your bank app. You're just doing a connection, and then you can pay with it. It's not that you have a card. You just have like a connection to your bank to your bank app, and then you can pay everywhere.
And it works with every bank?
What?
It works with every bank, or only with a few banks?
Banks with every bank, actually.
Okay.
The system that we we have every part. We don't have develops, but we have every systemic parts of it that we can actually connect every bank.
Okay. You use a Fin API? Yeah. Okay.
And the good thing is, and yes, you're right. It's the cash is a German problem, but in other countries you still have the high cost of every
of course
credit card.
That's true. That's undoubted. Yeah. Okay.
So
thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Any last questions before we wrap up?
No.
Okay, then in that case, we will move on. I will take the jury and Gregor off the screen, and I will keep Christian here so we can interview him. And we will see the jury in a few minutes. So thank you for that. Okay, Christian. I hope you're ready for some interview time. Okay, so I'll start with the first question. I briefly introduced you earlier, but can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and your experience in the M&A sector.
Yeah, hello from Vienna. I'm since decades in the IT business, mostly IT services, software development services. So, and now my focus is less on the operational business and more on the M&A business in the IT services and software business. I'm involved in pre-seed and seed businesses since the mid-90s. So this is when I started my first investments. And so for me, it's a combination of M&A and a deep knowledge of IT services and software development services.
Great. So given that experience and that you've been in the industry for a while, looking back at COVID-19, what are the most impactful changes to investment policy and trends in the fundraising business that you've observed?
The good news for the M&A business or for the fundraising businesses is that I saw very little impact, to be honest. So everybody was a little bit frightened looking back 2 years ago, where it was, now it's going to become tough. We are in a pandemic environment and everything will stop. And this was in February or in March. And in June, the business was back on track, and you saw so many transactions. You saw so many unicorns growing in Europe and even in Austria. If you look at what's going on, and so I saw very little impact caused by the whole COVID topic. So I think what's coming on now from Ukraine will have maybe a more impact than all pandemic things which we saw in the last 2 years. So
that's very interesting. So going off of that question, what is your current investment focus, and if at all, did this change from your pre-pandemic investment preferences, and if so, why?
So my personal investment focus moved in the last year more to the classical SME IT services business. So I'm involved in 2 IT services business and software development services business, which already have several hundred people, and I'm quite active advisory board member there. So and less on the seed and pre-seed phase, because this is one of the reasons, from my point of view, was great move to be co-founder and inventor of Speedinvest, because at this point of time, when 2010, 2011, Speedinvest was founded, there was the idea of people who were interested in pre-seed and seed investments, but were all catched up in 70 hours operational jobs. There was no chance to do that properly. So I think it's quite clever to invest in vehicles like Speedinvest and to share this knowledge there and to share all the power. Nevertheless, there are also very successful single investors, but at the end of the day, they all build the structure, more or less. So my focus is right now more on the SME side and less on the pre-seed seed side.
Very cool. And going off of that, can you tell us a little bit more about how you made an investment decision in your fund in the past? What are some key criteria that helps you choose one company over the other, and what are the different steps you take?
First of all, I think everybody will give you the same answer. What I'm telling you now is people. And what you see, what's going on now, is that many people who already founded in companies or already exited companies are coming back to the market and trying to make the second startup or the third startup. And these are the companies where I would invest, because the risk that it fails is much less than if you go to a first-time starter. So this is one of my personal criteria. People who already made it successfully, and where you know that they go the right direction, and they know the market, and like, or you have people coming back, like we have this. What was the name? It was Regional Hero, where you have people who really come out of the industry, have very deep knowledge, and know the market. I think this is a criteria. The credibility of the people and the knowledge of the market, and to find the right niche, if there is a niche. Yeah.
Great, very interesting, and very important to hear it from someone who's had a lot of experience in the past. Okay, so I have one last question for you. Finally, based on your experience and preferences, can you give some advice to startups and SMEs who are raising money? What is the secret sauce, if any?
Prepare yourself. I see so many unprepared companies trying to start fundraising processes without having thought about so many things, without any advice. And then they are surprised that they fail and nobody's listening to them, because they don't address the right people. They don't address it in the right way. So this preparation of the company, of the pitches, the right audience which you are going to address, the right funds, the right people who are really interested on your vertical skill or on your technology skill. I think preparation is really, really the main topic. And take 2 months, more months time, prepare better, and then go ahead, because these 2 months are better invested in preparation than running around without the proper preparation.
And another extra question to add on that, are there a specific set of questions that they should be preparing for? Because we hear a lot from companies that they feel nervous in the preparation stage because they're not sure which questions to expect. So is there one key thing they should focus on, or just have a general broad
I think you saw it today. The first questions came. What is your market traction? How are you going to achieve market tractions? Which channels are you going to use? How are you monetizing your services? Is this a recurring model? So people want to understand how you monetize your business. And even if you have the most fancy technology, it's wonderful if you don't have a proper business plan. And more important than the business plan, a proper explanation why you can make it on the market, then you have a hard time.
Great. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me and answering all the questions. Okay, I will take us from the floor and keep some music going. And as soon as the jury is ready, I will pull them back onto the floor with the results. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, we are back. I am going to invite in my colleague Adriana into the room. Adriana, can you hear us?
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
Great. So,
Can you hear me?
yes,
Also
we
good.
can hear you.
Okay, excellent.
Sorry, there was both.
Okay, thank you all for waiting. And our jury really had a hard time because they had to pick only 3 of you 5, so it was really hard. Okay, so now I will present the winners, but hello?
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
here.
okay.
I was deciding in the background.
Okay, so I will present the winners now, but before I want to congratulate to all our participants, and it was really a pleasure to hear your pitches here, and I really hope you enjoyed this, all we did. Okay, so let's present the winners, and it goes like this. So the third place and the winner of 50% of Greca Professional Services is Implant Data. So congratulations.
Yay!
Very good.
Super.
The second place and the winner of free company valuation plus 50% of Greca Professional Services goes to Regional Hero. So congratulations also to you.
Congrats.
Okay, so the first, third, and second place, you really did a great job, and congratulations. And the last one, actually the first, the first place, and the winner of Free Greca Professional Services and chance to participate to international competition Unicorn Battles is PhotoKite. So
Yay!
congratulations to this one.
So I'll invite you all to the stage and give you guys a chance to speak up. Sorry, this is... okay. I guess
Hello.
Data is not with us anymore.
So,
But congrats, guys. We will be
Thank you
in
very much.
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We'll be sending you some follow-up emails. So congrats, and thanks to everybody who participated today and also to the jury. And have a great rest of your day.
Thank you
Take
very
care.
much. You too.
Thank
So
you, everyone.
take care. It was really great. Nice to see you here. Ciao.
Bye-bye.